CBN's Christian United Broadcasting Network. I'll be your host, Troy. You can get in contact with us, www.cubnlive.com. What's on the news today? We got child shocking image becomes face of Syria'S Disastrous war. Watch the interview with CBN's Gary Lane about the plight of Syrians trapped in the middle of the nation's 5-year civil war. Damascus. It's a video image that's touching hearts and minds around the world. One that refocuses attention on the Syrian civil war. Rescuers pulled 5-year-old Amran Daquinish from the rubble of his bombed out apartment building in Aleppo, injured and in shock as a result of a Syrian government airstrike. The boy wipes his brow and discovers that he is bleeding. The images were captured by Aleppo Media Center, a group that has documented human rights atrocities committed by the Assad regime. They include the continued use of cluster bombs and chemical weapons despite President Barack Obama's drawing of a red line against their use 3 years ago. President Obama grabbed the red color crayon and he put the red color crayon on the concrete ground in front of the White House and he drew a line across the red color crayon. That is Barack Obama's red line. A red color crayon. Go figure. Lord have mercy. Ooh. Under threat of U.S. airstrikes, the Syrian government backed down and said it would either turn over or destroy its chemical weapons stockpile. Although evidence suggests the government is still using the weapons, the U.S. has taken no action to stop the regime. Fighting has intensified in Aleppo, Syria's second largest city, where the government wants a victory against anti-regime rebels. A major win here may lead to an end of the 5.5-year-old war and the suffering of millions like little Amran. But on again, off again, peace talks in Geneva Center on one major issue, President Assad and his government being forced from power. Many people here in Damascus, and Christians included, say they want Bashar al-Assad to stay. But the opposition negotiators meeting in Geneva say there won't be peace until he goes. That may cause the war to drag on for many months and maybe even years to come. Meanwhile, in Washington, Republicans are slamming President Obama for making a $400 million cash payment to Iran in exchange for the release of 3 American prisoners. House Speaker Paul Ryan said the administration has misled the country and about the ransom for hostages deal since January. Ryan's remarks came Thursday after the U.S. State Department admitted the payment was made only after the prisoners were released. We, of course, sought to retain maximum leverage until after American citizens were released. That was our top priority, said State Department spokesman John Kirby. That also led to a stinging rebuke of Obama from Republican President nominee Donald Trump. He said, "We don't pay ransom," but we did. He lied about the hostages openly and blatantly, just like he lied about Obamacare. Insisted Trump during a campaign to stop in Charlotte, North Carolina. No word yet from Hillary Clinton about the Iran exchange and the State Department admission. President Obama insists there was no quid pro quo. Critics say even if the president is right, there was no money exchange for prisoners. It appears there was, and that means more Americans may have a bounty on their heads in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, if your brain is about the size of a walnut, or maybe the size of an M&M, then you will understand that what just happened here is basically the most silliest thing that has ever happened in life's history. Our own President of the United States has lied to us and told us things that are not true. And then turned it around and said he did not lie when he did what he said he did. It's so confusing. I don't get it. I just don't get it. He will have to come in front of the podium and explain himself, because right now it's just messed up. It's really messed up. Syria is really in trouble. And our red line is underwater in Louisiana, I guess. Because it's just not right. We're not helping nobody. We're not helping nobody. Child shocking image becomes face of Syria's disastrous war.